Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Andy Duncan. He's the chairman and CEO of Boardwalktech Software Corp. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: BWLK on the TSX Venture and BWLKF on the OTCQB. And Boardwalktech will be presenting at our upcoming in-person investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase Vancouver, happening September 6th and 7th, 2023 at the Fairmont Waterfront, Vancouver. For more information, to join us, to see Andy's presentation, to do a one-on-one with him, please visit planetmicrocapshowcase.com. With that, Andy, thank you for joining me today. How you doing, man?
Hey, Bobby, I'm great. Thanks very much, and sincerely excited about the Vancouver conference, and looking forward to seeing you and a lot of old friends up there.
Absolutely, we're excited to host you up there, see everybody as well. So, but let's give folks a little taste of what's going on at Boardwalktech, right? We've done a number of interviews over the years. The last one we put out was April 20th, 2023. So before we get into updates and all that, for folks that haven't heard of Boardwalktech or seen that interview, can you give us that quick overview of the company?
Absolutely. So Boardwalktech is in the enterprise information management space. We currently have over 20 Fortune 500 companies as clients today. So companies like Meta, companies like Apple, companies like EY, Estee Lauder, really big companies. And our mission is to help these organizations better manage the unstructured and structured data that they're hit with every single day. About 80% of the data that flows into any organization today is unstructured. And people aren't using that data, Bobby, at all. They're coming in the form of emails and all kinds of other things. And data today is like gold, right? If you look, or like oil, if you look at the way in which this data is coming in, if people can harness it, understand it, and use it, they're going to be in a much better competitive position going forward. And that's what we're all about.
Very good. All right. So like I said, last interview we put that out April 20, 2023. So let's get that update. I know the company is, you got the most recent press release you put out was your fiscal 2023 and Q4 results back at the end of June. So let's hear, how was the full year results for the company? And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, full year results were excellent for the company. Our fiscal year ended at the end of March.
The full year results.
Full year fiscal
right.
Results and end of March fiscal year. And we hit our guidance. We actually had some pretty significant improvement with regard to EBITDA. We continue to drive toward profitability that will happen fairly soon. And our revenue was growing at a pretty significant pace, including 90% growth rate on our ARR. So we're really doing well and expanding, and feel like we've kind of hit an inflection point here.
Absolutely. So, I mean, in your opinion, yes, we've talked a lot about, where the growth areas are. And, it's always nice to have, these interviews every 4 months or so to like kind of get a check-in as to what's going on. But you said you feel like you're in the middle of your inflection point right now. So why?
Well, it's interesting. When you look at kind of the three different go-to-markets that we have this digital transformation business where, if people have been following the story, they know we have this platform. It's a low-code platform that allows people to transform Microsoft Excel spreadsheets into an enterprise compliant environment. We have a very large banking client, one of the top 5 banks in the world, that contracted with us to basically transform tens of thousands of their spreadsheets over onto our platform. Very proud of that relationship and where we're going there. We're seeing a lot of other banks now get quite interested in doing the same thing. We're actually signing partnerships in the IT services space who are approaching us to say, I also have bank clients that need this same technology. And this solution is really orders of magnitude faster and better than anything that's on the market today. So that's our Velocity product, and we're really starting to see some nice traction there. On the other side, we have our what we call our Radius Control Tower product. It's the product that is basically focused on information management. We have a supply chain focus where we're working with large companies to provide better visibility on what's happening in their world. And just to give you an example of the value proposition, we're working with a company today that has about for one product line, about $1 billion worth of sales. It's a significant amount of money. They get in about 500 purchase orders a month. Each purchase order is about $200,000 a purchase order. They have what's called a fill rate, which is when they get a purchase order in, how many of those orders do they actually fill all the way to payment? And the fill rate is around 95.5%. Well, guess what? 4.5% of $1 billion is a lot of money. And what if, through utilizing the Boardwalk Radius Control Tower product for supply chain visibility, we could increase that fill rate from 95, 94% up to, call it, 98%. We're talking $30 million without having to do anything different in the organization other than just understanding when something might be going south and allowing you to take action as opposed to something getting buried. So these are the types of things that we're working on, Bobby, with companies that can really move the needle, really create value, really create ROI for them where they haven't been able to solve this problem before. And so, our first customer for this was Meta. We now are out into the marketplace signing additional contracts with not only existing customers that we have on our digital platform, but also new companies that are getting pretty darn excited about this Radius Control Tower product and getting better visibility within their supply chain.
Very good. Thank you for that full explanation on why the company, you feel that the company is finally at that, or at this inflection point, because as we know, there's multiple inflection points over a company's life cycle. So it's interesting. I like hearing, at various points. So, this is our short form style interview today. So, look, I invite everybody to come up to Vancouver to hear the full presentation, everything that's going on in Boardwalk Tech. So to close this out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you then say are some of those value catalyst growth drivers for the company for the rest of 2023 going into 2024?
Yeah, I think if you take a look at us compared to any of kind of the peer group that's up there, you'll see an extremely experienced management team. You'll see cash on the balance sheet. You will see growth on an ARR basis. You will see unique technology that has 6 patents and another 6 pending. You will see large companies that are adopting. And you'll see a CEO that loves to sit down and talk about this, whether it's over a beer, a glass of wine, or a cup of coffee. And I'm super excited about getting more people kind of knowledgeable about Boardwalk and what we're doing, and hopefully build some momentum to be able to get people into the story.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that, Andy, where can our audience go and find more information on Boardwalk Tech?
Well, www.boardwalktech.com, and go take a look. If you have questions, feel free to call me. You want to connect up before the conference, I'm ready. You want to connect at the conference, I'm ready. I'll talk to anybody anytime, and super excited about joining you in Vancouver, and appreciate the invite and the opportunity to participate, Bobby.
100%. Well, Andy, with that, thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe, and I'll see you in Vancouver.
Thanks. See you then.
Thank you.